The House voting against taking its August recess tonight as lawmakers try to leave the Capitol. A meeting now scheduled for tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock will bring them all together to decide on their direction and disposition. And as soon as we know, we'll be bringing that to you. Our next guest voted to adjourn, and she's headed back to her New York district, no matter the vote today. Joining us now, Congresswoman Nan Hayworth, member of the House Financial Services Committee, also a member of the House Doctors Caucus, the only woman physician, voting member of Congress. Doctor, Congressman, great to have you with us.
Well, thank you, Lou. It's an honor to be with you, and it's an honor to work every single day for the constituents in the Hudson Valley in New York, which I'm privileged to serve.
Congresswoman, if I didn't know, but I swear you were up for election with that.
Well, you know, Lou, you just mentioned adjournment, and of course, we don't go on vacation. I don't go on vacation. When I'm on recess, I'm right back in the district working.
Well, I do know that you are one of the hardest working folks in our Congress, and I certainly would never question that. I do question the vote today. It seemed like the leadership got caught by surprise there by some rather adroit political game playing on the part of the Democrats. They had their way, did they not?
Well, it's one of the few times when the minority party can create a little bit of a fuss, but the principles are absolutely inviolate, that we are on the job all the time for our constituents, Lou. And in fact, the Speaker even said, we will be happy to come back at a moment's notice if there is a piece of legislation that the Senate generates that we need to deal with. And in fact, Lou, of course, as you know, we have, with Democratic colleagues on most of those votes, we have sent dozens of pieces of economy reviving, job growing, energy price lowering legislation to the Senate.
Congresswoman, I'm with you. There are a couple of other little matters, though, I would like to kind of get your view on. Amongst them, Night Capitol and another disaster and a great embarrassment to that firm, if not the extinction of that firm. Wall Street is out of control here, and I don't think there's any other way to put it. I've covered Wall Street quite a long time. I'm very uncomfortable with the quality of leadership I see on Wall Street. I'm very uncomfortable with the practices I see Wall Street employing. I know that Republicans are good free trade, Wild West marketeers. But the fact of the matter is, some awful good folks are out of the market who would like to be in it. The security of the market is barely detectable, and this is no time for platitudes. What in the world is your committee going to do about it?
Well, we have to look aggressively. We have been, as you know, we do hold hearings, and hearings, of course, have their limitations. But we do hope for moments of clarity in those hearings in the midst of, obviously, the ways in which, and we saw it with MF Global, those who participate in these hearings can try to prepare their remarks, and even, that kind of artificiality, if you will, is telling.
Yeah, please, I don't mean to be unclear about this. I have no problem with the hearing process. I have no problem with fact-finding. As a matter of fact, I fully support and am enthusiastic about it. But what I don't understand is why there isn't more time given to fixing the problem and bringing the folks who are responsible, the regulators, the exchanges, and these firms into line, and I mean into line.
Absolutely.
I understand it's an election year, but it's a great time to start, maybe laying out at least the outline of a profile and courage on the part of the United States Congress here.
Well, Lou, you're absolutely right, and part of the remedies can certainly be legislative. That's true. A lot of it, as you know, has to do with pursuing those who enforce. The SEC, unfortunately, has been devoting a lot of its energies to promulgating new rules related to Dodd-Frank, as you know, Lou, that really is not the best use of the SEC's time or resources. What we need to do is have better enforcement on the ground now. And the
Are you going to do that?
Situation proves again. Well, I'm certainly devoted to that cause.
All right. Well, Congresswoman, it's always good to talk with you. We appreciate it. Congresswoman Nan Hayworth, thank you.
Thank you, Lou.